everyone, I hope you're doing really well. Today I've got a Tudor sort of inspired house that is bigger on the top than it is on the bottom. I was actually trying to build a normal house and it probably took me like 6 or 7 attempts, and everything I was doing was just coming out so bad, and I thought that maybe, I don't know, I lost my sim building abilities because everything was just really bad. But yeah, so I kept trying, and actually eventually I came out with this, which isn't really that normal at all, is it? You know, like, I don't know, maybe there are places in the world where you get houses like this. I know that you do get Tudor houses which are bigger on the top than they are on the bottom. That's where I got the inspiration from. And actually the other buildings all around, they all have the hangovers, but I don't think it's as much as this. I think this is a little bit to the extreme. But anyway, I hope you guys like it anyway. We go for... So I put in these window things, you know, the ones which sort of stick out from the wall. But in this lighting, at least, the purples to me look really similar, or at least they did in game. They might not look the same now. But in some lighting, the purple from the windows looks really similar to the roof. So I decided to just go with it, and I was thinking of maybe doing it as like a purple themed house or something like that. That didn't actually happen. And I was asking you guys on Twitter actually what I should name this, because I didn't know. I mean, maybe... I know, you guys think of alternative names for this build, just random stuff. I had some really funny ones on Twitter actually, but try and think of the most descriptive, wonderful name for this build that you can think of. It can be silly if you want, or actually serious, but yeah, whatever I've chosen right now, it was probably influenced by the people that I spoke to on Twitter, because it was difficult to think of a name. And self-promo, go follow me on Twitter. I don't think I'm that exciting on social media, to be honest, but I do post pictures sometimes and things like that. But yeah, I really like this house. I try to actually... like from the outside, it kind of looks really like fairy and mystical, kind of, you know, like maybe it's from a fairy tale or something. But on the inside, I actually, because I wanted to make a normal looking house so I could do a normal looking interior, because I feel like quite often I do bizarre houses or bizarre lots over and over, and I just wanted to build something that, you know, is normal, because although I'm sure you guys really love the crazy builds that I do, because that might be why you've actually subscribed to me, but I feel like quite often, like, my builds, do people actually use them? Like, I don't know, like, for example, okay, so the most downloaded build I have on the Sims 4 gallery is my St Basil's Cathedral inspired home. What kind of Sims live in that house? Like, it's so bizarre. Like, I can't think of anyone who'd actually live in there. But it's a cool thing to have in your game, maybe, but it's not actually useful, you know? Or at least I think. I think that having normal looking but pretty houses is much more useful and is going to be much more involved in your game. I don't know. So I really like doing crazy weird builds as well, but I also want to make something that you guys are actually going to use. So that was my sort of thought behind it. So maybe from the inside, when you're not looking at the outside, it looks like a normal house, maybe. I don't know, but I kind of do like a grey theme with the interior. I don't think I've ever done that before, but it just kind of happened actually, and I quite like it. I thought it would be boring, but it was alright. Also, I need to learn what things are called in Sims, but you know, the thing which sticks out, like the windows which stick out, they're actually like a medium height wall window, but I put them on a small, like the middle floor. That one I put them on there, and that's like the lowest, the smallest wall height. and they kind of, in the kitchen, you'll see later, it's like just a like, see here, that's where the living room's going to be. That one works fine, but the one in the kitchen, that one's just kind of like a box on the wall. And I have to bring, like, the other one, which is in the living room, I can move that one up because there's only a roof above it, so it doesn't look weird. But if I move the other one upwards so that it actually fits on the wall properly, it cuts into the floor of the room above, so that's not good at all. And that's the master bedroom. And I made that room pretty big, actually, but I like how it turned out. Sometimes I struggle with big bedrooms. I also was highly debating covering it in flowers, but then I thought it was too close to my fairy castle, like, because that was sort of had the Tudor panels all on it, and it had the spiky roofs and the same kind of landscaping, which I've missed, by the way. I've missed just covering things in the wildflowers. I don't know what they're called in the game, but the colourful wildflowers, I just love them. And I've been trying, because I know I used to put them in every single lot, and I've been trying my best to experiment with landscaping so that things are a little bit different from, I felt like I was doing the same thing over and over and over. And although possibly some of you don't even pay attention to the landscaping, I thought that, changing it up a little bit and trying to push myself further with, I guess, my skills, and if that's commas, with landscaping, that maybe that might give you some inspiration. Even if you weren't inspired by the build or something, you might be inspired by a new way to landscape. That was my thought behind it, but I've missed the ways that I do it before. And I did these cutesy little stepping stones, and I didn't know what to do to fill the space, so I put in a pond, and I actually quite like it, although I wish that we could put columns inside the water, because I don't like how there's just a column that goes down and then it's just sort of floating on the top of the water. I so wish that it would just go all the way down, like if there was a pool, like it would just go all the way down. I had moved objects on and I tried to put the column in there, but it didn't work. If you guys know a way around that, then please let me know, because I would like to know. I don't like how it looks. Maybe I should not just have a column going straight into water. Maybe I should actually have like grounds there, but I don't know. I think it's cool to have it like that. But I'm doing this thing again that I've been doing a lot recently, which is the stone terrain paint from Get Together, laying it over the other one, which looks similar but has like overgrown grass on it. Again, like I mentioned with in my last build, if you missed it, because I think I said it quite near the end. I mean, this is already pretty much halfway through, if not, I don't know, halfway through the video anyway, so some of you might still miss it. But I put it on the softest opacity, and then I click around, because I find if you try and do a stripe, it's all like a blotchy line. It doesn't look nice. So you click lightly, and that's how I get that effect. If you guys are ever trying to do that, I don't know whether to repeat tips for this. It's like I guess we all get into this sort of rut of just assuming that everyone knows about like BB move objects, and also like the 9 key to move up objects, and the bracket keys to make objects bigger, and all of those kinds of things. We all kind of assume that everyone knows that, and possibly they don't. So if you guys want me to carry on saying things which may be, I guess, a little bit more obvious to me, because I do a lot of building and some of it comes to second nature now, but if you do want me to try and think up of little tips as I'm going and put them in, I do have to sort of put myself out of my own shoes and possibly into some of your shoes, to see whether I can, like, because like I said, it's on autopilot, isn't it? So I haven't done the flowers at the moment in the garden. I actually said that to the end, I'm pretty sure. But I'm doing the kids' bedroom down here, and if you were looking at it, I know sometimes I go out of my way to make things realistic. if this was realistic, really, would you have a kid's bedroom on the ground floor with its own front door, which was separate from the house? I don't think so. I think that would be quite dangerous. But in The Sims, that's okay. I don't know. Maybe you would lock your children in there, but then again, if you were actually doing that, what if they needed the toilet? There's no toilet down there, and they'd be stranded there, and they'd pee themselves possibly. So if you locked the door in real life. So I don't know, it's probably very unrealistic, but I actually thought, I was looking at it and I loved the shape. I thought it would be perfect for a kid's bedroom, because you've got like the perfect shape sticking out for the beds, and then an area where you can put, did I put a bookshelf there? Yeah, and a little seating area and a toy chest, and I just thought it was a perfect space for a kid's bedroom, so I did it anyway. This room, however, I had no idea what I was going to put in there. I had like a whole load of ideas, like maybe a gym, but I didn't think that would work, and I thought of maybe putting a toilet down there, but I didn't think that would work either, and I thought that possibly it was too big a space for an entrance way. I don't know. You'll see, I just checked the gallery photo, and that was because I don't know whether I use a trackpad, which is, I don't think a lot of people use when they're doing Sims videos, but because I have a Mac, I have the trackpad which they have on there, which I don't know, it just comes naturally to me to use, and I find it easy to use things. But I've seen with other people, they can move the camera in other like angles, and I don't know how to do that, and I should probably look it up, because it would make my life easier when building quite a lot. And maybe I should actually get a mouse. You know, might be useful as a gaming YouTuber to have a mouse. But yeah, but it was the bracket support beam things that you have underneath the house. I wanted to see what they look like from underneath, because I normally don't actually see that. So I actually wanted to put them around the rest of the house, but I didn't actually get round to doing it because I forgot. And that's okay. But yeah, and I put in a fireplace. So it's kind of like, I did a mixture between sort of old and new. For some of it I was trying to, I guess my mind was going towards more sort of maybe industrial, when you've got older stuff mixed with newer stuff. Because I'm not really sure what classes as a normal house, you know, I don't know, but I hope you like it anyway. I didn't like this for a while, and I was really contemplating just ditching all of it, and again I felt like my, I guess, simming voodoo magic had all run out, and my brain wasn't working, and I think I cut it out. But there's moments where I'm just scrolling through hundreds of objects, like, what am I gonna put here? I don't know. But I think after there's a little bit after maybe the computer area where things kind of just come together. And that actually, I'll say that as a tip to you guys, if something feels like it's just not working, keep going at it, because quite often we're just really hard on ourselves. And it's like with the Atlantis build, a lot of people really like that build, but I actually felt terrible about it halfway through. And also, I've mentioned this before, and people have told me that I'm very silly, but we psych ourselves up to do that kind of stuff, and we think, oh, this is terrible, no one's going to like it, this should be so much better, I don't like what I'm doing. And then when it actually gets to it and we're finished, everything kind of ties together, and suddenly it looks nice again. Or possibly you're still in the mindset of, oh, this looks terrible, and then probably when you upload it, people will be like, oh wow, that's really cool. So also, you're not going to learn how to make things better unless you try and make things better. So don't give up. That's basically what I'm saying, is that things can turn around. And maybe you might be fiddling around for ages and scrolling through hundreds of objects like I've been in this video. But maybe eventually you'll get to the point where you've got something that you're proud of to upload for aspiring YouTubers or just Sims builders for making it on the gallery. But yeah, I think I actually had a conversation with Fry from Simproved about this, but the movie hangout, I think it's from movie hangout, the curtains, how lovely they are. I actually had like a little ban like a self-ban, like I'm not using them. I use them in everything, in every room, in every build. I need to stop. And so I actually had like a little ban, not like you can't use it, which I probably was actually, but I just decided to forget that they were in the game, I guess. I went out there and, you know, took a risk and put one in this build, but, you know, dipping my toe back in the water with that, taking it slow. I don't want to get too excited and put them everywhere again like I used to. You do get that though, don't you? You just get items that you just use over and over and over. But I make this bathroom a yellow and grey bathroom because I felt like it, and it's possibly a very strange combination, and this is also the only toilet in the house. There's only one, and it's tiny, but I couldn't think of anywhere else to put another toilet, and actually I'm quite happy with the layout of the whole house. I mean, other than there only being one tiny toilet, I think, which I guess for me quite often, unless you've got like loads of Sims in the house and there's a possibility that someone wets themselves and then someone else is in the shower and they die of embarrassment, I actually find that normally one bathroom is enough. It might be easier for you guys with one bathroom because you'll know where it is. If you're the people that actually click on the toilet and use it that way, I normally just, if they're working like the needs button, like the toilet one, I normally do that. I feel like every time I come back to doing a voiceover, I feel like I'm out of practice, which is weird because I'm not, and I've done quite a few of these recently. But I guess sometimes it just comes easier than other times, maybe. And this was another room that at the beginning I was like, this is terrible. What am I doing with my life? And then actually towards the end I kind of liked it. A lot of you guys could probably do a better kitchen than this, but that's okay because it's not a competition, guys. Give me a break. But yeah, I think that it's okay, and I kind of like how it turns out. There's that little balcony on the edge there, which I didn't actually put any objects in. Sometimes with the one width balconies I try and put something in there, but this time I didn't feel like it because sometimes I feel like no Sim's actually going to use it because you can't really sit in the chair and the chair has to go at an angle and it's just weird. I also tried in this bedroom to use one of the lowest comfort, the really cheap beds, but I try not to use those, even though they're the most, I guess, normal looking bed that we've got, other than possibly the kids pack one, but that's a single bed. But I really like those. I wish that they'd done something similar for a double bed, even though that wouldn't make sense for kids anyway, but it would have been nice because I like the style of it. But yeah, the really cheap bed, even though it does look the same, I think that it's not worth it unless you have no money whatsoever, in which case you wouldn't be having this house anyway, because it's, oh no, I did put another one of those curtains, I lied, I'm sorry guys. I feel like you have enough money to afford a good bed, and the uncomfort that they get, or uncomfortable moodlet which they get, is not worth having a pretty bed. Like, it's awful, and so you might as well just put in a better bed so that they actually get some sleep and can go to work and do all that kind of stuff. I did something which I've never done before, which is a blue and brown bedroom, which are interesting colours, but I based it around the bed actually because I don't think I've actually used this one before from what I remember, and I put a little seating area. I wish that little, I guess it's actually like a coffee table, I don't know, I think that's what it comes under, or I'm not sure if it comes under an ottoman, but I wish it was just a little bit bigger so it went stretched to the edge, but it fit quite well because it was blue and brown. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how this bedroom turned out. I thought again it was going to be a disaster and it turned out fine. So I need to have more confidence in myself. That's what we've established from this video. I also like the carpet which I had before, but I was thinking because I never used to use those carpets because I thought that they were kind of ugly. But I've been trying to use them recently and I've actually started liking them now. And so I keep putting them in places. I think I'd already put it like twice in this build already, so I took it out and put the other one. But if you liked it more the other way, then feel free to go ahead and put it back there. I'm also not sure why you'd have trophies in your entranceway. Maybe it was to show off. I don't know your Sims. Maybe they would do that. It was actually just to fill the space. But again, I made this room grey. There's quite a lot of grey in this. I thought I kind of went with it because I thought that it actually went with the exterior of the house. Because although it's not grey, it's kind of like a creamy grey. Does that make sense? More of a stone colour, I guess, which fits in quite well, I think. But I'm just going around with flowers, and I really, really enjoyed this. I love putting flowers everywhere. I'm still not 100% on the garden. I think that it could have been possibly a little bit better, but I'm alright with it. If you guys are alright with it, I think that was okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop talking now. So, thank you very, very much for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye!